It is Tuesday morning, 11 a.m. here in Sydney, Australia. It's Monday evening in America. We are an international show. Wherever you are in the world, I say welcome inside my home. Sydney, Australia. We have a lot to talk about. We have a couple good cards in front of us this weekend. We have the Pro Box card. We have my favorite word in boxing is what? Unification. Nunez versus Vaquero. That's a lot to talk about, man. I've already taped it. You guys will get my Stats Don't Lie video tomorrow. I'll be uploading my breakdown, analysis, and prediction of Navarrete versus Nunez. I got to be honest with you. It's a tough one. Neither tape on either guy at this most recent version, it's not perfect, but it's a fun fight. I'm glad it's happening. Two Mexican warriors for unification at 130. Let's go. It's what boxing needs. Navarrete seems like he's been around forever. Seems like he's 50. He's only 31. Nunez is the one who kind of came on the scene out of nowhere. He's 28. I think maybe one of his most, the fight that kind of put him on the map is when he went to Japan to beat Rikishi. And then his name was, even further elevated when it had been made clear that Anthony Kakachi, rather than fight Sugar for his belt, swerved him, got stripped to take a better payday against Lee Wood, which worked out for Kakachi. And now Kakachi in a few weeks is getting an opportunity to fight for a belt because Jazza Dickens got elevated in his win, upset win, plus 500 win over Albert Badargaziev a few months back. So fast forward to right now, we have a fun fight. Sugar's currently a favorite, and Navarrete's the dog. Right now, Navarrete is a plus 180 on my books here in Sydney. It's tempting. It's tempting. I'm right now as we speak. I'm 55-45 Navarrete. Neither guy is perfect. Both guys have holes and flaws. You can find a path to victory for both guys. Value play, money play, the X factor of Navarrete, it's hard to pass up at plus money, boys. It's hard. There's just certain fighters that, every now and then in their career, you might find them at plus money, dude. It's like, damn, it's tough to not take Navarrete at plus money. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Let's recap yesterday real quick, boys. You guys are the best. JSB Insiders, man. We are growing. That link right there, click it, join our Discord, become a member here on YouTube, get first access to live streams. You join on Patreon, you get members-only live streams on the Patreon. Whichever one you join, you get access to our Discord. The Discord isn't just boxing, it's MMA, it's all pro sports, Australia pro sports, considering I live in Sydney. We've launched our NRL starts this weekend, AFL starts this weekend, F1 starts in a few weeks, Major League Baseball starts in a few weeks. So the Discord's popping. We're close to 400 now. So we're growing 6 months in. JSB Insiders, we still good. Let's talk about what we just saw yesterday. We'll rewind slightly, and then we'll get into it. That's a dark screen. That's not the screen we're looking for. And if it's not going to work, we'll just continue on our way, and I'll just start saying what's up to you guys. Okay, we'll wait till that. It's not loading. Anyway, I'll start saying what's up to you boys. Anyway, this is what I love to hear. Look at that. Look at that. I love comments like this. Troll Baby says, Johnny Richardson Hitchens ended up calling out of work sick. True story. So I chose to improvisation. If you know what you're doing, you don't need me all the time, guys. And GAR ended up fixing my truck instead. Shout out. Unanimous decision. A great Saturday for you and Troll Baby. I'm happy to hear that. Wagered 7 Gs to win 2 Gs. Let's go. It's a good return when you're looking at return percentages. You know what I'm saying? It's 1,000 on a 3,500. You get a stack every 3,500. Not bad. Not bad at all, my friend. Fit J Jr. says, I got Navarrete decision. I've been watching him for far too long. Far too long. Yeah, man. There's also something with Sugar Nunez's style. It's all pressure. pressure forward. They both get hit a ton. I just think that Nunez's power isn't as significant as his record suggests. People love that knockout to win ratio. You got to unpeel the onion. This is what you have to do, man. You got to look at who he was going up against. Watch his last 24 rounds, what he looked like. He really becomes predictable. He's so determined with that style, and he's always in shape. It becomes predictable, and I feel with that crashing in style, with that guard of his and him being shorter, one of my favorite punches by Navarrete is that uppercut of his. Hey, I could see him landing it. It's going to be a firefight. The problem, the only pushback I have, like, I like decision, by the way. I don't like how you guys know my style. If I'm taking Navarrete, I'm taking him on plus money, and then that'll be on its own ticket. You guys will know my official decision tomorrow, and then you guys could share it around in the Discord groups like everyone always does, which is great. And so I know 3D Gary over there took. I haven't seen his official breakdown. I watched a little bit of his live, and you guys messaged me. So I know that I think G is taking Sugar, rightfully so. Rightfully so. Like I said, last night I went to bed, I was taking Sugar. And then I watched more tape today. I thought Nav was 30. I thought Nav was 35, 36. He's 31. He's an old 31. He's a seasoned 31, right? The thing about like I like the points, but I don't like the distance only because with the distance you got to worry about Navarrete. Look, for the lack of better terms, I wish I had a better adjective, a more professional adjective for what I'm about to say. My mother would say she would make fun of me for not having class for what I'm about to say here. But with an Emmanuel Navarrete fight, you always have to worry about some fuckery, a headbutt, an elbow, a cut, a long count. There's always something crazy, and you see it in all of his fights. Close decisions, split decisions, the Baranchik fight, the Conceição fight, the Liam Wilson fight, the Charlie Suarez fight. There's always something with Vaquero. There's always something, but it's also what makes him beloved. People love this guy. And then Sugar Nunez, man, it's kind of polar opposites if we're looking at even just optics. If you're looking at optics, Sugar Nunez, man, this dude, and I went on record, I think 2 months ago when I was asked, and my tone has shifted 100%. 2 months ago, I was like, I'm full sold on Sugar. I was like, I'm going with the younger guy, the more disciplined guy. This guy lives in the gym. You could see in his physique, he's always just shredded, not an ounce of body fat on him. That just shows you his preparation. And that was my initial thought when I was asked like 2 months ago. But now, we're at fight week. I rewatched tape on both guys, more recent tape. For Sugar, you only have to watch the last two fights. Go to Rikishi and just watch his next one here that we streamed on the channel. With Navarrete, same sort of thing. The thing with Nav, though, it's kind of like I'm hesitant on picking him because where I felt that fight was trending against Suarez, I felt like Suarez. I know the fight got called in the eighth, and Navarrete is sort of like kind of hard to predict in terms of you're like, is he fading or is he just holding back? Is he kind of just taking a round off or is he hurt? Like you never like the dude, they call him a cowboy for a reason. The dude is truly a wild card. I put him still, if the mountain has Savage, if the top of that mountain has like Savage, I put Vaquero near the top of there. You got to throw Kakachi near the top of there. Um, you got to throw Sugar Nunez near the top of there. It's a fun fight, guys. This one's gonna have the Discord in shambles. This one's gonna have the boys in shambles. Just expect that. All right. Okay. Blue collar, my guy. What's up, brother? Appreciate the support to all the JSB insiders, man. I say it every stream. I just want to make sure that everybody knows that this is a team effort. All right. I'm trying to pull this up for you, boys. Okay. Maybe we can get it here. Is it still tripping? Damn, it's still. This is crazy. I don't know why it's not working. Oh well. Yeah, so I put this in the Discord. FitJ, I literally put that in the Discord about an hour before I went on today, and I said, "Man, plus 500 on points, dude. What do we? What is our goal for what we do, boys? To win, and then to find value. Like this is why now." What I'm learning over this journey on my end is that there are multiple levels of gamblers in our group. Okay. The one level of gambler is the guy who sees one piece of content from us who doesn't gamble and then thinks they're going to join our group and just copy my picks and then we win every ticket. That's not how this works. That's like the newbie sort of guy, right? There's another type of gambler who understands like there's certain things as dog plays, which you can't go into every dog play expecting to win. My dog play last week was Mario Barrios. You don't put him on more than one ticket. You take him on the money line and you put a little something on it. And if he hits, you're in a good spot. If he doesn't hit, you can't be too pissed that he doesn't hit. I don't like you can't come at me because I'm giving a breakdown on Mario and he's a plus 280 and he loses. He's a dog for a reason. I tell you that every week. It's not like I'm standing here telling you listen, 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 right? So last week, and I'm just venting slight frustration on a couple of the boys, and they're new, and I'm not going to put anybody on blast. And they're new to the game. This is a value play, man. When you see certain matchups and you see certain odds, and you see a world champion like Vaquero, and you see what he possesses, and it's a stylistic matchup, a contrasting. It's like, come on, dude, plus 500. How do you not sprinkle something on Nav? And if I'm sprinkling something on Nav, I'm going to find you a path to victory. You see what I'm saying? So it's a fun fight to bet on. If I take Nav, he's going on one ticket. There's some other dogs on the Pro Box card. We're gonna make money. What do we always do, boys? We're gonna make money like we always do. I think Nav gonna pull it up. I think so too. I wish we had anybody got any camp footage. Do we have anybody have any insider information? Coaches, is Coach Bermudez in the house? Where's Coach Bermudez at? We need Coach Bermudez in the house. Who's our other guy? Who I know we got Yo-Yo's coach in here. We got some high level. We need some insider information on both camps. I'd actually just want some info on Nav. I want to know what he looks like. I mean, we could watch interviews, but I want to know how his camp was. If we could get that information, that would be huge. We got to educate a chat both here on the live stream and in the Discord. I want to know what he looks like. I want to know how fresh he is. I want to know how prepared he is because with Sugar, we know like I totally expect Sugar to be Sugar, and that's fine, and that's a lot to deal with. The only way Nav overcomes that is if he's in shape. Because if Nav doesn't come in shape and he relies on his power to get Sugar out of there before the final bell, Sugar could drown him late. It's a lot of pressure to deal with. But, I like Nav's jab. It's better than I like Nav's uppercut, dude. I like his long tools. 5'7", 5'5", bigger. It's just gonna be like, what do you like? Like the pressure and then the chalk? This is what's going to come down to. Do you like the pressure and the chalk with Sugar? Or do you like the odds and the X factor and variables of Cowboy? Look at the hat, dude. Fucking Cowboy. Mr. Reed, I like the distance. So now where shout out to Mr. Reed. Appreciate your support, brother. Where we will be hesitant with the distance and we talk about every angle, how we could win and how we could lose. Where we could lose with the distance is a sort of technical decision because of a cut, a headbutt. We've seen it happen with both with Nav before. So, a decision though. I actually right now, it sounds crazy, man. I like Navarrete on points right now. The odds are crazy. So what I might do, I'll let you know tomorrow for sure when I lock it in, and I'll share it in the Patreon. I'll share it here. Is I might go Nav money line as my dog, and I might do a method of victory like an over. Maybe I'll do a neutral. I think mine play if I'm going Nav as the dog My play will probably be a neutral prop on this fight, like this. Will the fight go the distance? An over and under on rounds. Like for instance, I hedged I hedged the Ryan Garcia my Ryan Garcia Mario Barrios bet by taking the over 5.5, and that was an Instagram bet. So some of the boys hit me up on Insta like fight night, and if I pick up, I pick up. And the one dude's like, "Yo, Jay, it's so and so. I follow on YouTube. What's the last second play?" And I'm like, "All right, last second." I was like, to be safe, don't take the Mario. Like to hedge me, I was like, take the over 5.5, which hit. I was like, take Gary Antoine Russell on the money line, which hit, and that came through. So that came through on 1,000. I think he got a nice little. I think he got 5 or 6, like a 60% return. So what I'm getting better at is understanding, like, if I am taking a dog at plus money or if it's a value play, I then want to do another ticket, a neutral prop that I could still win to sort of hedge if I lose that, because we're gonna get our dubs. We're gonna find out. We're gonna get our dubs, and we got our dubs. Clarissa Shields, shout out. We hit Shields 3 tickets in a row. Shields brought us home on points. The very first 2 tickets I put in last week, you can see the timestamp on the bottom. Last Tuesday we did our short parlay, which paid at plus 110, and we did a method of victory parlay, which paid at plus 108. Both of them had Shields on points. And then if you took my long parlay and you placed it on any other book in the world other than my book, you would have won. Because the 12 legs, the only bet that I lost was the Frank Martin draw. But I got a lot of you boys sending me your winners because on your books, wherever you are in the world, the draw just pushed and everything else hit. So that ticket included, and then we hit on Atif Oberton by knockout, and this was a live bet. Atif Oberton by knockout, and then the Clarissa Shields points after I got toasted by Shay Keneally. She got starched. My bad on that one. Jesus Christ. I didn't know Auntie was gonna do her like that. Auntie, that hook Auntie threw was textbook, boy. That hook Auntie threw, boy. She slipped, 43 years old, former college basketball player. I thought 40. She goes, boom. Shay Keneally didn't see it, kept her head. My coach used to say, right on a platter. Boom! She gone. That was beautiful to watch. Navarrete, is he all in, Emma? Emma, I need evidence, Emma Banana. I want to trust you. Emma, I'm trying to trust you. How do we know? Does anybody have proof that Nav is all in? What's up, LBJ? We still good. Blue collar, hard to see Sugar being able to push back Vaquero after seeing Nunez couldn't fight going backward. I'm so glad you brought this up, mate. The Diaz fight. I'm so glad you brought this up. And you know what? Shout out to you, Blue, because I think it was you. Let me pull up my comment. And this is shout out to the JSB Insiders. So on my YouTube, so full transparency. Yeah, it was Blue Collar. So I woke up, I went to bed last night with a comment. And Blue Collar, I'm sure you don't care if I shout you out on this. So Blue Collar this was like 10 hours ago. And I read this before I watched the Vasquez tape. He goes, Nunez can't fight going backwards. Vaquero's going to be coming forward, throwing punches from all angles like an octopus. I got Vaquero. So and you put that on the channel, and I read all the comments. I haven't gotten back to you yet because I'm busy, but I do read it. And so when I read that comment, I watched the Vasquez fight, the Diaz fight, and it's all. And then even if you watch the Rikishi fight, it's all forward motion, man. He doesn't punch. His defense is suspect. He doesn't move his head a lot either. I like Nav's long tools here. Navarrete late round knockout. Yummy. So if depending on your unit, if you like that, just play that as a prop. Play that as a prop. Sugarcane, 3 p.m. My guy, Sugar in the house. Sandy points, Davis Fawaz fight to go the distance. Martin Albright. Yo, we still good. And that's the thing, man. This is I want to use this as an example. The seasoned veterans in here, like the guys who know what they're doing, the guys who are, have a little bit more experience gambling. So I posted a 3-leg method of victory yesterday, right? And it was the last 3 fights of the day. It was Shea Keneally, Overton, and Shields. And it was Keneally on points, Overton by knockout, Shields by decision. And so when Keneally got knocked out and the 3-leg is dusted, you don't need me to tell you that I'm playing those same 2 again. It should, if you, and I don't recommend anybody chasing. I don't know what your bankroll is. I don't know how your financials are. But if you're in a good spot, use some logic. Because there's a couple dudes, I assume they're young. They're in the Patreon who aren't understanding that I shouldn't have to tell you that if Keneally loses, I'm still playing Overton and Shields on points. So when you see my ticket hit, you shouldn't say, I didn't show you that. I told you that. I shouldn't have. So it's a big learning curve for me that there's so many, because there has to be logic on your end. I can't force feed and spoon feed every single bet when there's live fights on. Because I got one dude who was kind of salty about that. This ticket didn't hit. I was like, bro, it hit, man. Like I told you guys in the chat I was doing this. Abel Ramos versus Smalls will be a draw. Mosby's, Moz, what are you? I know we got a couple keen draw betters. We do. There's a couple of the boys who will hit draws like pretty consistently over the last 6 months. I've never hit a draw. I've never played a draw. And I guess my question is, Mosby, you've hit draws before, right? I think it's like anything. I remember Muscles like doing knockdown props, and he would bet heavy and he would hit knockdown props, and Muscles would also do, I think he would do like over under round betting. And I think whatever your prop is, the more you do, you begin to develop a keen eye for it. Right now, like the last year of my betting, I'm looking for dogs, and it's kind of, you guys see my receipts, and then I like long shot money line chalk parlays. It's fun, right? I make all my money though usually on the dogs, and then stack in a nice little short, maybe method a two. My little sweet spot lately has been the method of victory too, like nothing longer than 3 legs, but whatever your eye is, whatever you consistently win on, I think you could develop an eye for a knockout prop. I think you could develop an eye for a draw. The draw is obviously the toughest one to pull, so I'm just interested. Mosby, when's the last draw you hit? Troll baby, there's always blood. Yeah, shout out to Troll baby. Troll baby turned 1,000. You turned, what would you do? You turned 7 into 2, something like that. Yeah, you hit on the Gary Russell money line, which is, I was still sweating. What's up, Eric? Gotta love Johnny's random singing bit, sir. Bro, we're all just kids, Brandon. Like I tell you every live stream, I got a lot going on in my head, man. And the song and dance, and I grew up dancing too. So like, not like anything choreographed, but I got bullied into dance. Like I was 14, and we would go to these under 18 dance halls. Me and my best friends were all athletes, so we were like the basketball players, the football players. And I remember, we're like 14 or 15. We're in this place in Youngstown, Ohio. It's like 5 p.m. No one's really there yet. And at that age, girls were much more. Like, I was kind of afraid of girls at 14 or 15. I didn't know how to talk to them. I went to an all boys school from the time I was in kindergarten to 8th grade. So by the time I'm 14, I'm awkward around girls, mate. Like, I had 3 sisters, so if a girl would call my house, my sisters would clown me and bully me. So I had a lot of like late development when it came to that sort of thing. But once I figured it out, we was still good. But I was a late bloomer. But I remember a girl walks up to me, and nobody wants this to ever happen to them. It's me, Banks, Rashad, Bob, Eddie, and Dre. And this girl walks up to me, and mind you, I'm like this little white dude. All my other dudes are black dudes. Like Eddie's half Italian, half Arab. Matt's half white, half black. Rashad, Bob, Dre, black dudes. So like she comes up to me, the lone like little Anglo-looking boy, tiny, and she's like, "You want to dance?" And I said no, and she was cute, and I said no because I didn't know how to dance. And then that weekend, my best friend Banks, Matt, We go to his house and we spent. This sounds weird, but this is how I learned to dance. We spent like the weekend watching Usher videos, and it was the "You Make Me Want" video. And he had his mom. Shout out to D Banks. She's like my second mom. They had this His parents did well for themselves. They were the friends with money. Big massive room with this big TV, and we would just play on repeat the "You Make Me Want" video, and I would slowly learn how to dance. But yeah, it's still in there. It's still in the head. Sorry about that tangent. Emiliano fight Vargas. I think that's a close fight, guys. Carmel Moten's fighting this on this weekend. I'll pull up the Pro Box card in a second. Both of them fought. Vaquero had power, and he thinks he will win. The knockdown might be in play, like Ryan Barras. I'm so salty. I played 2 knockdowns in that fight. I'm thinking of putting 10K on Vargas to make it quick. G. Troll baby, get in and get out, baby. Put that little 10 stack and wild out. We had a couple boys in the Discord committing the robbery like that. I think shout out to I think it was King. We got a lot of kings there. There's King Ty, there's King of Fitness, there's King of the Game. One of the boys put 18 to win one, and the dudes were shocked. But I was like, I've seen guys in our Discord bet 40,000 to win too. So that's called a pair of nuts. Steel. I want Navarrete by decision, but it's matchroom promotion. If the fight is close, it'll favor Nunez. Where's this fight at? In Arizona? Right there? You think so? You think the promotion? Ah, shit. Is that enough? So, if Lloyd, is that enough for you to lay money on Sugar? Like, is that going to be your reasoning? You're going with the promotion lean? Yeah, Vargas going to whoop him. Arturo Cardenas, Papoca. I like him too. Those odds are fun though, Mr. Reed. If my second screen is working, all right, it's up. I wanted to show. I feel like we've passed. This is already passed. So this is the Atif Overton knockout. Yeah, I don't want to bring up old news. We've moved on. We've moved on. You guys know that we hit. We moved on. Okay, so this is an interesting fight, guys. This is the last time we saw Edward Vasquez, we saw him getting stopped against Rafa Espinoza in brutal fashion. Edward Vasquez is one of these guys, Texas-based fighter, only a handful of knockouts. I'm not getting odds yet on Machuca, but Machuca, when you just look at their box recs, man, I think that's a close fight. Aguiar versus Lopez. I'm salty that the El Bravo fight is off. I wanted to see El Bravo versus El Carriano. I wanted to see that Rene Giron fight. Sugar. So Vic, he doesn't look that much taller. I thought he was going to be a little bit taller. This is what I was worried. How dare look? If you guys are Ryan Garcia fans, just hit mute real quick. But this is this is what I was worried about. This is why I hopelessly took Barrios, because I knew we were gonna have to deal with this sort of glaze from the mainstream social media boxing content creators. This is from DAZN, posting this garbage comparing Garcia to Kobe. Unbelievable. This is, if you want, this is like rage bait for me. You're gonna put a dude. I'm not even saying nothing. How dare you, DAZN? How dare you? We have this fight card: Cooper versus Ursu. I think my second screen just flattened out. We have the UFC this week, so we're gonna get into this card too, though. There's good odds. I'm gonna break this fight down for you guys on the YouTube. This is Sugar. Oh, he's backing up there with a counter. That's like one of the only backstep slip counter knockouts you'll see of Sugar Nunez. That's his one. All right, this is what I want, guys. Floyd Mayweather. When Floyd Mayweather fought Manny Pacquiao, they said it was 5 years too late. Now, Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are fighting again 11 years later. Get that money, though. Teo, this is the news segment. I usually do this a little bit earlier in the live. Teo's moving up to welter. Shout out to Chaz. Hit the 10-legger we put up. Okay, we got Adamas versus Ammo reloaded March 21st. I don't know if you guys heard about this. I'm here for it. How did Ammo look against Windy Toussaint? You guys let me know in the chat. That's the breaking news. Floyd and Manny. Make your money, boy. I'm not even mad at you. Inoue Nakatani and May. May cannot come soon enough. Dude, Tokyo is only 7 hours from here. I might go to this. I've been to Tokyo multiple times. I might go to this. 7 hours. It's every time I go to Bali 7 hours. Tokyo might be a little bit farther. But Inoue Nakatani. I mean, the outcome of this fight could set up other massive fights. That's us. We up. We up. I think we're good. Okay, let me pull up the odds. We'll see if that comes true. We'll see what the boys are saying. Troll baby, you bet big bucks, but where your star at? Yeah, Troll. True. Well, blue collar, you could get. So if they join, I'm not sure if Troll is up on. I'm new to the channel. I do appreciate Johnny in the chat. We need to get those stars up. I know the Patreon boys don't get stars because they signed up on Patreon. So I just have to remember everybody by heart who's up. Eduardo sucks. Sis, is it the style? You don't like that? I wouldn't say he sucks. You're not impressed with his style? Thanks, Troll. Thanks, Blue Collar. Who's plus 500 for the decision? EV. Navarrete is plus 185 on the money line and plus 500 on points. This is the fact. We need to get Troll in the Discord if he's betting like that. Nav decision. I'm betting Nunez. Recently went to war with a washed up Pitufo. I know we taped that fight and it was kind of like I felt like Nunez rushed everything. And my hesitation with Nunez, because when I watched the Pitufo fight, he's trying to force everything, he's rushing everything. Can you work on that at this stage of the game? That is my biggest hesitation on betting on Sugar Nunez. Is at 28 years old, this is his style. Pressure forward, engine. How do you take that at this stage of the game and have him add a level to kind of be more patient and slow things down and add tempo and hide things behind speed and change speed on everything is just one thing. And this is why I said it could be predictable. And Navarrete, I mean, the one thing that people kind of like don't really talk about is his sort of like savviness in there. Dude, the dude's been around a while. He's seen everything. He's seen everything in terms of styles. And this is 100. Sugar is a monster. All that pressure now stop with power. But Sugar's power is sort of like his knockouts are an outcome of a couple things. You know, fighting on the way up through the club scene in Mexico. I mean, PJ, go through the resume. There's not going to be a lot of fighters you recognize on that resume. In his last 24 rounds, Rikishi and Pitufo, he won on points. So if you have a guy like Vaquero who knows how to deal with pressure, who uses his long-range tools, who uses his angles, he has a little bit of angles to him too, man. Awkward. It's an interesting look. This is why, it's stressful doing what I do, putting myself out there. Nobody's going to stand there and tell you, PJ, bet the mortgage on either guy. We'll get you there, though. I put 1 unit on the money line when props weren't available. my guy. I'm putting my bet in tomorrow morning. You guys will know about it. If you're betting Nav, I would just take the money line, 100. Yeah, 100%. Avoid losing on a draw, and you win if he knocks out Nunez. Exactly, guys. Nobody. I feel personally, if you're going full unit, that scenario that Blue Collar just presented us with is worse than a loss. When you go heavy on a guy who's already in plus money, a dog on the money line, and you get fancy because you think you got a lean, and you take a knockout and he wins on points. And your guy who's a dog who was plus money wins, but you lose. So this is where I mean learning strategy over time. And when gambling, the best lessons learned are usually through losses. That's in life, though. Anything in life, the greatest lessons learned in life are through losses, through mistakes, through adversity, and then with proper inflection, insight, with proper sort of mental fortitude, you could sit with the losses, adversity, and you'd be like, all right, let's make some adjustments. Now, if you're like me, you won't make the same mistake twice like I did. And I threw 2 dogs on 1 parlay because I got greedy last week. And I'm more pissed at that than I am about Barrios losing. Barrios losing, hey, he lost plus money for a reason. Get over it. But putting Warrington and Fawaz on the same ticket, it still bothers me. I'm I'm freaking pissed off I did that because I went against my own rules. And they were both like, and then seeing all the boys, and shout out to all the boys who kept to my system and sent me their tickets of Bawaz on the money line who hit. That's what I love to see. I unfortunately got greedy and I put 2 dogs on the same ticket like a freaking idiot. Getting greedy, thinking that Warrington was going to be able to do it, thinking Lee Wood was toast. All of a sudden, Lee Wood fighting with his hands down, controlling range with his long. Like, oh god, and it was never close. Warrington was never in it. Talk about watching. Talk about pulling out teeth. For me, because the up of watching Bilal the first 5-6 rounds like he was losing, and I'm like, oh god, we're starting this weekend off on a bad note, and then him coming back and then taunting him and then and then winning the way he did, and then that you're up, you're like all that, and then for me, I'm like, oh shit, I still got Josh has to win, and then how that don't do that. If you like the dog, take him on the money line, and if the money line is fucking anything more than plus 110, don't parlay it. Keep it by itself. Take your victories. We find victories. Don't make my mistake. Sugar looks like yo, Rich. He always is though, bro. I didn't like how Nav looked versus Suarez. This is the hesitation, man. This is the definitely look. Sugar optically is always gonna look great. He's always locked in. He's always in shape. This dude lives like a samurai, switched on. He fights with an edge to him. In Navarrete against Suarez, the fight was turning. Nav was up huge going into the 5th. I think it was the end of the 5th. Suarez lands a big shot, and then Suarez was turning that fight around the 6th and the 7th, and then it got stopped in the 8th. But the thing is, it's really hard. It's really hard to bet on an outcome that we didn't get to see. Like to say that it was trending in Suarez's favor, I think that's fair. But to say that Navarrete wasn't going to make an adjustment and it was just going to continue to be like a downhill slope for him, I don't think you could do that. We've seen him make adjustments before. We've seen him come off the canvas before. 27 count, still came off the canvas. Sugar on the over is on. Look, PJ, good play. It's going to be fun in the Discord, PJ. I need a better attitude from you too, bro. Since it's just me and you here, and we're talking man to man, it's bad for I need positivity. It's bad for business in there, bro. You getting all negative all the time. Betting is a positive thing, bro. And look at me. This is who I am. I need you to keep your head up. If you're not having fun gambling, take a week off. But I don't need all that negativity. It's bad for business. You're bringing the boys down. We need I thought you were into comedy, bro. I thought you were like a funny dude. We need you up. out here getting scolded on a live stream is crazy work. Nav was cooking Suarez till the cut. Nav knew the fight could be stopped, so he's getting desperate. And blue collar, man, are you, my man got it on like an attorney. He's like a defense attorney waiting for the prosecution to come with something. Boom, I got you. Boom, I got you. Got to get you on a debate. I wouldn't count that one against him. Nice. Eduardo's domestic level, he won't be able to do what he wants to do. And people, I've seen JSK on a couple other live streams, and people try to, disregard his. Dude, I'm a fan of Sis's takes. Boy, that's a good take right there. And all you have to do is, I mean, you watch the tape, you see who he's fought, you look at the box rec, you watch how he fights, you see his style. You don't see a lot of adjustments in what he does. It's like rush in on the front foot, high guard, take shots off the guard, slip, 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 punch, punch, push my opponent back. You don't. Literally one of the only highlights I've ever seen of him slipping a punch and counter is the one I just showed you. The one that I think Matchroom is kind of promote. It's like the one highlight where you see Nunez kind of slip, boom, and the hook wasn't even. It was like a slap hook that just caught his opponent. Like, you think Eduardo can do this and he can do that, but trust, he's not that good. Not even a good counter punch. Yeah, I don't see any counters, man. He's not good at all. He has one good war with the top fighter in the game, and he's gone. You really don't like him. Sis, where are you from, man? I lost all my parlays because of that. All right, so just lose and learn to lose with dignity. You know? The chat, because there's a lot of people who win, and the chat, it's a positive chat, mate. So if you lose, just lose it with dignity, bro. You don't have to cry and put all your emotions and tell everyone you're losing. It's bad for business, bro. We need happy PJ. Navarrete wins. Sent from Pet in the house. Shout out Sweden, how? Hell yeah, he's a rushing bull. It's called chasing. Auntie Perk out here, boy. That little check hook, boy. Auntie Perk, boy. They ain't ready for Auntie Perk, boy. What's up, Nick? Mr. Reed, I hit for over 3,400. Frank Martin, Hitchens dropped the money. It was supposed to be over 5. Get weak. Good hit on the over. I know, man. People are acting like, yeah, Hitchens. We all had him, big dog. Good eye on the Frank over. Good eye on the Frank over. Randall Light, the boys calling the dogs. Yeah, I didn't. The thing was, going into that card, no lie, I was just in the chat. I was fried. I didn't put much thought into it. Half unit, put it out there. Let's see. I do tell you guys, whenever these ladies fight, it's always half unit for me. Dog or no dog. But the boys who hit Perkins, 43-year-old Auntie Perk out here, boy. Get your reward. I used to have one of my first basketball coaches in the 4th grade. He was teaching us, shout out to Coach Ives. Rest in peace. Coach Ives passed away. He played college ball at Robert Morris University in Pittsburgh. But he was teaching us how to screen and roll. And I think we're in like 4th or 5th grade at St. Anthony's. He's like, see, Johnny, you come up, slide up from the bottom, set the screen, roll, get the pick, get your reward. Get your reward. I'll never forget that. Set that screen and roll out, get your reward. Lay it in. Let's go. I knew you. Yeah, I hit with more. That's what I thought. Yeah. Mosby, I was shouting you out. That's what I thought. See, and you got an eye for it. And there's a certain eye. And guys, if you needed any more evidence on why to join the Discord, you don't join the Discord to get my bets. If you want all of my bet slips, you join on YouTube or join on Patreon. I post all my tickets in there. When you do join, you get access to the Discord, which is a community. We stream all the fights in there. It's live betting. So during the fights, you got guys like Mosby's who's in the live chat in the Discord saying, hey, bro, this is 6th round. The draw is 9-1. The draw is live where this fight's trending. I'm hitting the draw, and boom. And this is probably one of the biggest benefits of joining our squad is getting into the Discord. So you could either click the link that's pinned on here, join on YouTube, or join on Patreon. You get in the Discord. Plus, in the Patreon, you'll see members-only live streams and all my slips. And on YouTube, the members' posts, you'll see all of my members only tickets. And Angel, I just answered that. Yeah, you don't have to watch the streams. This is why you join. I think Sauce. What's up, Sauce Mamba? Great name. I think. I mean, Tamir Small should beat Abel Ramos, shouldn't he? Shouldn't he? Should Tamir Small? I mean, right now, but like Abel is the one. Well, I keep getting cursed, boys. I think I'm cutting this, by the way. I think next time you guys are gonna see me, this is gonna be shaved off. I think this is getting shaved off. This is ugly. I got a big ass head, so I think this is gonna get shaved off. Anyway, Abel Ramos is the dude who started my no bet list with Omar Figueroa. Abel Ramos is the dude who put Mario Barrios on the no bet list with the draw. Abel Ramos is still around. He's still a problem. He gives people problems. That's what Abel Ramos does. So is Tamir Smalls? What's his game like? I'm gonna watch some tape. I mean, he's breaking through the Tamir Smalls is doing enough work to break through the zeitgeist of like the average boxing fan with just his name brand, with his branding. But like Abel Ramos gives a lot of people problems, guys. I got Smalls. EV clowning. We're always clowning. King got Smalls. The Vargas fight is not close. Good to hear. He's a good step-up opponent, but I don't think it's close. Joe Martinez is about to give Cardenas a good fight. Don't sleep on him. I'll check that out. El Gallo says Kitty Cat Hitchens ruined my parlay. How did a fight not taking place ruin your parlay though? It didn't take place. It should have just voided and then you get your money, right? Kitty Cat Hitchens ruined my parlay that I had going on with Duarte and Figgy. It didn't void the whole hold on. So you're telling me your book voided the whole ticket, or just it voided the fight and then you live to see another day? It shouldn't void your Figgy win. Anyways, the next fights I got Vargas, Nunez, Parra, Cardenas, and Aguilar. I mean, Parra's always in close fights too, man. I'm not confident in Parra in that fight at all. Definitely not confident in Sugar in that fight either. Navarrete is a savage. I got him at plus 200. There's my man, GK. GK, my guy. Yo, GK, it's going to be another fun weekend in the Discord. You know we had to ban 2 people last weekend. If I get a message, the only way you're ever going to get banned, excluding obviously when you don't pay, is dropping the N-bomb, dropping the F-bomb, being racist, and you know I'm about to ban some folks for being. Don't get banned for being negative. You know we need. You might get your ass banned for being negative too, boy. I don't need the $7. That is like we need to keep it copacetic and positive in there, boy. But we lose. I got message in the Discord. I was out with my girl at a street fair, and this dude, he's been in our Discord for 2 weeks, is calling people the N-word. And bro, let me show you what he sent me. His reason was absolutely moronic. Moronic. Root word moron. This freaking guy. I should put him on blast because I wrote him a very educated professional email. I run a business, so I'm like, hey, you know, it wasn't, you know, this isn't a Reddit thread. One of, you know, you should. I'm not here to like micromanage you, but you shouldn't speak to any humans the way you're speaking to our group that way. Because he was salty why he got put on timeout. He goes, I'm not from America. We talk a little different out in the country. Nothing Sean Strickland wouldn't say, for example. Don't worry about it. I only care about winning. I'm like, bitch, are you missing the entire point? You got kicked out for being a racist bigot, dude. We don't just, I don't care if you're from the country, dude. You can't, we're not a Reddit thread, bro. We're out here with professional gentlemen, scholars. We're all scholars and gentlemen who win money on our mindset and our educated status on the sport of the sweet science. From the, like, I almost posted that, by the way. I guess I did kind of post it. I almost put his name on blast, by the way. Do we think Cooper's live? That's that UK fight. I mean, I'm not happy about any of it. The UK card yet. I'm not seeing the odds yet. Sanford Bet, DAZN are known to post bullshit. Barrios will forever feel ashamed for this. Don't want to hear him talking. Yeah, I'm done on Mario. Yeah, they squeezed. Yeah, Mario's. What does he do? You know, eh, the history books will be the history books, though. 2 division world champ. If Diaz can put Nunez on the back foot, then that if Diaz could put Sugar on the back foot, then bro. Yes. What's up, Jay? Jay, where you leaning? Ursu money line. I'm gonna pull. Sorry, boys. My second device is acting suspicious. That's why you're not. I'm trying to get these odds up for everybody. Okay. I think we might have it. Okay. I think we might have it. And we do. Wow. So these are the odds, guys. Wherever you are in the world, we're 52 minutes in. Could you like this video? Hit subscribe, join the Discord, become a JSB insider, get all of that. This is the action that we're currently getting here in Sydney. And as the week progresses, we're going to get our props to open up. Okay, that's better. Ben Phil, Mason Cartwright, Luke McCormick versus Kane Gardner, Owen Cooper versus Ursu. Ursu on the money line right now, $1.51. So that dude, 51% return. I mean, that might be when we're talking 51% return, that might be a heavy play. I'd have to tape him. Ochoa versus Guerrero. Popoca versus Martinez. Vargas versus Ezekiel Quintana. I was looking at Quintana's tape and the resumes, and then when there it is, it was like, nah, we sorry about that. They're like, you don't need the odds today. It's only Tuesday. As you get closer to the weekend, we'll let you look at the odds. So that's what my internet just told me. Small should bully Ramos. Villa was crafty. I don't think Ramos is as tough. He's getting up there too, man. He gets hit a lot. How do you feel about the Jeff Neal? Hey, we won money. I told you Odoch Medic. I hit on that fight. I told you why I didn't like Jeff Neal. I told you why, man. As soon as I heard that interview that he gave over my last 5 years of my career, I've been drinking and I'm like, bitch, you know how many times I bet on you and lost, dude? You gonna tell me that? I'm taking you to get knocked out. And we up. Navarrete, Liam Smith was a great fight. I mean, Liam Wilson. Navarrete, Liam Wilson. You had me pull out. I was like, he didn't fight Liam Smith. You're talking about our Aussie boy, Liam Wilson. Nunez just not good, man. Nav should beat him with ease. All right. You're making me feel comfortable about my 55-45 pick. You're making me lean more 70-30. Guys, stay tuned to the channel. Hit notifications. What that'll do is notify you when I upload these breakdown analysis videos. And I think it should notify you if you're a JSB Insider when I post in the members section with my tickets. Tomorrow, I'm uploading my breakdown, prediction, and analysis of Sugar versus Vaquero. And I'm also going to be doing the main event in the UK, the Ursu fight. And then we have the Pro Box card. We got some fights, guys. We're going to make some money this weekend. What's up, Shy? What's up, Sal? The boys are back. Get the band back together. This about this, man. Nunez would be plus 1,500. Okay. This is at 130, though. Shakur just fought at 40. Nunez, Sugar would be plus 1,500 versus Shakur. A plus 550 versus Ryan. He's small, though. These fights would never take place. But Sugar's been at 130 forever, dude. Do you think he just retires at 130? Nav would be plus 450 versus Shakur. So we're using Shakur's savant defensive, world class, best of the generation style as a measuring stick. I was feeling you up until here, though. I mean, I don't, considering they don't fight anywhere near close to the divisions. I mean, Shakur fought at 26-30 before, but what have you done for me lately? Shakur just fought at 40, and there's rumors he's fighting either at 44 in a catchweight. I want to see Shakur go up to 47, see if he could be a 5 division world champion. I think but I always say, man, that 40 to 47 jump is the big one. That 7 pounds is a lot, considering one of the boys shared in our Discord this morning. One of these guys on Twitter tweeted out a list of what set, like, each fighter, when like Bud Crawford fought at 135, what he weighed in after he rehydrated. What when Devin Haney fought at 135, what he weighed in on fight night after he rehydrated, so on and so forth. So when you go, and Devin's was crazy. When Dev fought at 135, he was fighting on fight night at like the mid 160s. Crazy. I mean, if you could do it, do it. But Jesus, there needs to be some sort of, I don't know. I'm not a big rehydration clause guy, but anyway, my point is this: when you go up from 40 to 47, especially if you're a Shakur who won his first world title at 126, you're then fighting guys who are weighing. Did you see how big David Popo was when he fought fucking Liam Perro? Oh my God! Could you imagine? My point is, when you go from 40 to 47, a lot of guys at 40 had come from below. You don't see a lot. You don't really see. It doesn't go the other way. It tends not to see guys going down. Guys come up, right? So when you get to 47, you're going to be dealing with guys that have been at 54 coming down when you've come at from 26. And in David Popo's case, he's fought at middleweight before at 160. It's kind of why I fade Liam Paro now. I don't think. Am I using fade in the proper context, guys? I need help with this one. I didn't grow up when I come from. This is a fade. Like, you get a lineup, a skin fade, right? You guys use fade in a different context. Does that mean, like, if I'm fading you, does that mean I'm picking you to win, or does it mean I'm picking you to lose? I don't know what that means. And then, like, anyway, what I saw with Liam coming up to 47, and I feel like he was, I don't want to say found out upon, but I felt like the 7 pounds really showed its face because he struggled with Popo. Six foot tall guy who fought at 160 before, was just so much bigger than Liam Paro. So we'll see if Shakur goes to 47. I don't know about using that measuring stick to pick who's going to win, Sugar or Navarrete. I was agreeing with you about the lack of counter punching and the lack of ability boxing off of his back foot. And then Patufo, I think it was Julius or maybe Blue Collar, said, if Patufo's backing you up, what do you think Vaquero's going to do? So we'll see. I did the same thing, and Josh was the only one I missed on that parlay. Oh. Fucking Josh Warrington, the Leeds Warrior. Look, this is why in our Discord, you can only be mad at me. I'm only mad at myself. Don't be mad at fighters, dude. Don't call like it's not the fighter's fault. You think it's the guy fighting his fault that some dude that he doesn't even know exists bet on him and he lost? Like, no. Oh, it's my fault, dude. Fucking Josh Warrington. I got greedy, boys. I got greedy. I thought that beatdown Kakachi put on Wood was a sign of things to come. I got honey dick too. Everybody telling me, and I drank the Kool-Aid about Lee Wood was losing up until he knocked out Warrington. Like, I never play boxing match. I never, like, it. That went against my own theory. What have you done for me lately? And Lee wasn't showing us that good of stuff. But goddamn, to totally shut out Warrington like that, jeez. Nunez best win Rachmanov. Navarrete fights nothing like Ra. So what's the next point? Shows real levels where they are. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So okay. So using now I'm looking. Now I'm looking at what you said, like on a graph, like a chart. Now I see what you're saying. If we're doing outliers and this is our chart from point A to point B, outlier being the best version, B A being like domestic. Put Shakur on the outlier perspective, and then you're picking odds. Whoever should. I see what you're doing there. You know what? I mean, maybe you could come up with some data over a year or 2 years, but I mean, I'm not against it. And I am a data guy. Stats don't lie. When Navarrete gets in the groove, starts throwing from those crazy lunging angles, it looks like he's bucking a Bronco. Vaquero money line all the way. Frankie B, Frankie Blue Eyes, guys. I have a client in about 30 minutes, and then I'm gonna get out of here soon. Artie Hoffman. It's a boxing client. Charlie is a counterpuncher. He's longer than Nunez and play. Dude, Charlie Suarez is good, man. Places his punches better. Nunez throws arm punches and smothers himself, and has one gear. I was at watch the Charlie Suarez Paul Fleming fight. Dude, Charlie Suarez is good, man. Hopefully he gets another shot. He's not getting any younger though, and he's a nightmare to deal with. I would put Charlie. He should be in the top 10 at 30, right? I mean, he's a nightmare, dude. Whatever happened to Bronco Lara? Is Bronco Lara still at 130? Is he at 130? Bronco Lara's another guy nobody wants to fight. He's a goddamn nightmare. And he's not as old as you guys think he is. I want to see the knockdown props. Same. They'll be up, Noah. They'll be up. Things didn't shift for Charlie Favor until that cut happened. Okay, okay. So it was like he saw. I'm gonna rewatch it. I guess I didn't correlate because sometimes when you see blood, yeah, it changes things. I thought it was like the fight was changing, the cut happened, and then the outcome happened. That's how I remembered it for some reason. I already thought the fight was changing. I thought it was turning. I thought Suarez was already sort of figuring the distance out and the timing. Because with Navarrete, it's a timing thing. You got to figure out range and timing, and then But why it's hard for me to bet on Sugar as a favorite is that he's so one-dimensional with his entrances in his tempo. It's all this, and that's easy to time. How's he? And then he's going to be running onto a lot of things. And I remember with the Patufo fight, even though like I think you young bucks call it mog. What does mogging mean? What is getting mogged? But like when you see Sugar Nunez by himself, he looks like he's a unit, right? No body weight, ripped. But when he's in the ring, some guys look jacked, but they're small framed. Like I remember this guy who was a professional bodybuilder, and I was just shocked how tiny he was. His frame was so tiny, it's just on film, the composition and like the ratio looked amazing on film. But when you met him, he's like small frame. And I think Nunez is going to be smaller than Navarrete come fight night. Man, Sugar Nunez or Navarrete at plus money is crazy to me, boys. It's fucking crazy to me. I think we might have to jump on that. Like now. I think the fight is going to play similar to Valdez and Nav or Fig and Ball. Let's go, Eddie. That's the type of energy we need. We don't need people crying about losing a $10 parlay. We need positivity. We don't need people's losing streaks. We need remember when that happened? I remember when that happened. I remember that. Did you win money? Yep. Did I? Yep. I remember that. So if that's the case and we play I got a lot of shit up in my head, man. I apologize, man. There's a lot of we're a bit crazy. Thanks, boys. You guys have talked me into my bet. This is why I need you. See, we need each other. I needed to talk myself through it because I went to bed last night. I was 70-30 Nunez. And then I read the comment of Blue Collar about, the very good point about what Sugar doesn't do well. And then I rewatched the Pitufo fight. I was like, dude. And then I looked at the odds. I was like, bro, this is crazy. I was like, I cannot pass up Navarrete plus money. Nice plus money. Mario LS Mario's. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bum. Dun, 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 dun. I'm from El Paso, Juarez. Tough towns. The Juarez, tough boys come from there, boy, Frankie B. Yeah, tough people. Tough part of the world. Respect. If I got canceled, what do you think? What I'm so pissed that got canceled. I posted it. I was all happy last night because I was getting ready for bed. I'm sending messages out, and I'm like, dude, El Bravo versus El Coreano. I was like, this is the one I've been wanting to watch. I was like, we get to watch Giron and Coreano right before we watch Nunez and Navarrete. This is and then I found out I got canceled. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm still kind of mourning that fight got canceled. Sorry. I'll be then put slips away. Shit, I'll be betting then putting the slips away. Nice. I need to do that. That's a tip. That's a good tip. I like that strategy, brother. Bro, whatever happened to Boxing Fan? He was like our big. I don't know, man. Maybe I feel like he love bombed us. Boxing Fan, if you're out there, if you're going by another name, we miss you. Boxing Fan used to be on all my live streams. He even came on one of the live streams on video. He was super positive. We need more of that. I miss that guy. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe I said something. Look, I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I get it. Maybe I said something. Probably I said something along the way that he got offended by. Who knows? I talk a lot. I mean, when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you boys over an hour a day, every day for 7 months. I might have said, I don't know though. He love bombed us. Is that what love bombing means? He just came in, loved bomb us, and got the hell out. I miss him. He used to bring good energy to our squad. Hi Johnny, just got what? Hold on. Shit, my clients. I got like 2 minutes, boys. We still have 60 to 80 people in here. We're an hour and 10 minutes in. I would stay. I'll just talk shit with the boys all day. I'm gonna start doing longer live streams because every time I end the live stream, we're at like 60 to 70 people. I have to go coach right now though. If you're shoveling snow, make sure you're drinking water, staying hydrated, make sure you're staying safe. I remember living in Ohio, Northeast Ohio. I grew up an hour south of Lake Erie. My dad I wouldn't even get paid to shovel snow. You gonna pay me? Shit, Johnny, get your punk ass out there and shovel the snow. I'm like, all right, pops, fuck you. And then I have to shovel the snow. But anyway, I hate it. When I was old enough, it was one of the things I did. I told myself I was moving as far away as possible from the snow, and I moved at 18, moved to Pittsburgh, which it still snowed until I was 20. Then South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, it didn't snow. Pretty much got to LA at 22, 23. And then from LA, always lived at either Vegas, a beach somewhere. But my hats go off to you guys. Guys, I gotta round it off. Sorry to all the comments I couldn't get to. We're gonna be you'll be seeing me a lot this week. We got money to make. Get in the Discord, like this video, hit subscribe. I appreciate all the support. Let's do this. We're growing. We're just getting started too.